Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 26th of 2020, and ever since the official release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker and how it really marked the very end of the Skywalker saga that started back in 1977 by George Lucas, a lot of fans around the world have been very curious about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are now in a situation where they need a high success rate in order to really get it to the same exact level as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is exactly what Bob Chapek and Bob Iger want to do with this new expanded universe. They want to bring it up to the same exact level of success as the MCU, and as Kathleen Kennedy said before in the past, which is a direct telltale sign that she just lies to the fans, is that she says, well, that there's no source material, that there's no books, novels, or comics to even draw from when it comes to Star Wars. Meanwhile, we got a whole entire library's worth of content when it came to the 1990s and the early 2000s of the old EU. Now, looking ahead, we do know that Jon Favreau, George Lucas, and Dave Filoni are all working together as a team to really develop and deliver authentic Star Wars stories for the fans around the world to enjoy. And if there's one thing that a lot of Star Wars fans will agree on, it's the fact that Kathleen Kennedy has been very incompetent as a president of Lucasfilm and the head of all things Star Wars, and exactly how she handled everything, creatively speaking, and of course business-wise. Now, moving on, what's really exciting actually, that all has to do with one of the Star Wars projects, does indeed concern Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. Now, specifically, on top of all of this, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with the Skywalker saga, they are currently focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that currently Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are making major changes behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm in order to create a better and brighter future for the Star Wars franchise. It's noted that just recently Kathleen Kennedy has lost more creative control over at Lucasfilm after the higher-ups over at Disney were very displeased with Kennedy's direction for one of the major upcoming Star Wars projects for Disney+. Now, it's noted that Kathleen Kennedy was recently fired from one of the TV shows that were in the works that was described to be the animated TV series that would serve as a tie-in to the Rise of Skywalker sequel series that would also be in animated form. The series that Kennedy was fired from was described to be a post-Rise of Skywalker story that would focus on new Force users of both good and evil that would eventually connect to the already planned Rise of Skywalker sequel series for Disney+. This new series is intended to release sometime in 2022, just before the Kenobi TV show airs, and that they plan to announce it next year in 2021. Kennedy, however, is still allowed to keep full creative control with the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV show, and that Kathleen Kennedy is furious over Disney's decision to let her go from the second project that she was involved with. Now, it's said that by contract, Kennedy is at least allowed to create one Star Wars TV show, and that she has the opportunity, or had the opportunity, to create two. However, Kennedy was described to go with the extreme with her agenda, and that the higher-ups over at Disney knew that this would not sit well with the current divided Star Wars fanbase. Now, let me just stop right here for a second, because that really was a smart decision by Disney. I don't know why in, anyone's name here, why Kennedy would even have two Star Wars TV shows to work on, where I think that one is just enough, because of what she has done with The Last Jedi, what she did with The Rise of Skywalker, what she did with Solo: A Star Wars Story on a business level because of how much money she cost Disney based on all those reshoots and everything, of how it failed at the box office. That was just the start of everything. So, moving on, of course, what's really intriguing even further is that it's described that her animated TV series was going to focus too much on activism and identity politics, even more so than the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series that Disney had the opportunity to fire Kennedy from the project at will, and will not only allow her to create the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV shows, but only that one strictly in and on itself. Now, this series is now being taken over by creator Dave Filoni with the help of Jon Favreau to correct that direction of the Star Wars TV series. So here's the good thing about this, is that she is now being downgraded from having two TV shows to one TV show. that is a relief, and the fact that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are taking over this project and how it is going to remain as is as far as story goes, they're just going to correct the overall direction, taking away the activism, taking away the identity politics and the personal agendas that just went way too far. This is a good move by Disney and is just the beginning of really deleting a lot of Kathleen Kennedy's ideas and concepts. All but one will of course remain, and that is the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV show, which is already deep into principal, or should I say pre-production, before it heads into principal photography. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding on one. From night to moon, we hear them moans again.